What's up, YouTube? This is Paul from Mickey Tech Tips, and today I'm going to talk about how to pick the right mobile device. And basically, you want this information because it can be helpful and also save you money and save you hating yourself for getting the wrong mobile device and having to put up with it for the next few years. And in general, this can be for about any technology device, from streamers, for your TV, from computers and whatnot. So, first, you have to ask, okay, didn't need to go to that slide yet, but first you need to ask yourself, what is your budget? And the reason why you need to know your budget is because you could go buy a $25 Android or go buy a $500 Android and have a big difference off contract. And you just need to remember that. Remember what it what is your device going to be used for, and also what screen size you want, because you could be using it for work and want something big and whatnot, or you could be wanting something small and portable for entertainment, or you might want something in between so you have the best of both worlds, because not everything's portable. And you also want to look at processing power too, which I did not put it on though, because entertainment sometimes can use um, power, and you just want to find something that can be for entertainment, work, and maybe even both, because people like to have something simple. And you got to put it in perspective, because you could have something like a cheap $50 Android on the left, or have a $600 Android on the right. And these are both off contract. The Nexus 6 I would pick over the $50 Android, because from what I've seen, it's a good phone. And just like a giant oversized Moto X anyway. But the left one doesn't even have 4G LTE. It's still got Android 2.3, 1 gigabyte of onboard storage, whereas the Nexus 6 has 32 or 64 gigabytes of onboard storage, Android 5.0 compared to the 2.3 over here, and a big screen and a good display from what I've thought. And this one has a really crappy display because I've seen it before. And it's very underpowered, while this, I've seen them do a speed test online too, and it's got some power to it. And actually, this is what I want for my next phone, or the successor to the Nexus 6, depending on when I get my phone later on this year. You also, same thing for Apple, you also want to keep that in mind too, because you can go buy an iPhone 5C today and updates will be done a year sooner than the 6 and 6 Plus will. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you might have to get a new phone sooner, and you might just want to try to squeeze as much as you can out of, because some people do that. And the average mobile phone life or mobile device life is 2 to 4 years, and maybe you can get a fifth one out if you're lucky. And technology is always changing, because here's a, don't know why PowerPoint's doing this, but here's a bulky laptop from I think like 5 or 10 years ago, and here's on the right a Surface Pro 3 that is more powerful and thinner and whatnot, and probably more portable. Um, so you just want to keep that in mind, because these probably cost about almost the same thing when they both originally came out. And you just want to keep them in perspective, because here's some Intel Core M chips, and this is what's in my Dell tablet right now. This chip is very powerful for its size. It's not as powerful as maybe an i7, but it's powerful for the size and what you can use it for. So you just want to look at something like that. You also just want to make sure you get something right, because you could go spend double the money. You could go get a $300 on contract phone, then have to go spend $600 to get one off contract because you need the more space, and end up spending about $800 or $900. or you have to go get another computer if you buy a $3,000 computer and you decide you need the $4,000 one because you want the 6 cores instead of the 4 cores. So it just all depends on perspective and keeping stuff in mind, because stuff changes all the time. You could go buy a mobile device 6 months ago and it'd be totally different 6 months later, or 6 months. No, not 6 months. I already said 6 months. I mean a year later. So that's why you should go buy a mobile device, stick it in storage, and then wait 6 months to a year later to use it. Because then it might be not recent anymore. Like now they got the big phones, and that's the thing. Have a big phone. I've had my Model X for a year, and I kind of wish I waited a few more months to get something better, because I kind of want a big phone now. But my Model X is still fine. It's not a piece of junk Android that I've had before, because I've had 2 other Androids before my Model X, and it's still pretty fine. It runs Android 4.4. I'm kind of disappointed Lollipop ain't here yet, but it has some glitches anyways. So I've even tried it out on my Nexus 7, but it's gonna need some work, and even Google's admitting it. So I can't wait for that bug fix to come out to it, and maybe they'll have it in the Moto X first gen and all the other 2013 droids when the updates come out. So you got to keep stuff in perspective, because technology is always changing. Um, I've also am trying to work on video quality, because it's been good so far, and then last time I videotaped this, it's been crappy, and the time before that I got partially through it, it did not want to save at all. So I'm working on it. Eventually it'll be good enough, so good I won't even have to tinker with it every time. So hoping it'll work out. Um, did I forget anything else? If your device is about 1 or 2 years old, you could probably pass it on to another family member, and they get another year or two out of it. Do not give them something that's 4 years old already, because that would be sad, because it'll be about at the end of its life, because manufacturers do not want to keep updating something that's 4 years old. But they did that with the iPad too for the longest time too, because it's 4 years old now, and they're still updating it. And they'll probably still be updating it next year, or just now discontinued updating it. Because I remember my iPod Touch was only about 6 months older, and they stopped updating it 2 years before that. So who knows? Um, it just depends on the device sales and whatnot too. And you gotta also keep app ecosystems in mind too, because you can go buy a $300 tablet that runs BlackBerry OS, which they don't make those tablets anymore because they had no apps and they were a piece of crap. And you always want to do your research, like on CNET.com. You can even Google what's the best phone for entertainment, PC Mag, YouTube. They got a bunch of different ones nowadays. My favorite one is CNET, by the way, but you can look at different ones because they give you different perspectives. And even Pocket Mouse is a good one too. YouTube, I like it because it's simple and I can just click on video after video. But watch or read more than 3 reviews, because if you read one, then it might put that it's a good device like that BlackBerry was. And even that, you have to go against your own judgment. Should I get it or not? To give you an idea, Windows Store for the apps, it's about a few hundred thousands on each, both phone and tablet. But what made up on the tablet for me was I got for Windows. Android and Apple, it's about $1 million each. So yeah, I just want to give you perspective on it. Windows is catching up though on mobile, and I actually think it looks neat, and they're consistent as long as they stay on top of it, because they've had a good operating system for every bad one. And everything will be one platform anyway for Windows, so I'm still debating on if I should get another Android or get a Windows phone by the time I get my upgrade. So stuff just changes because it just does, and even technology companies change. Because look at 10 years ago, the Motorola Razr wasn't popular. Motorola ain't as big as Samsung or Apple. Same thing, BlackBerry. BlackBerry's not the #1 smartphone maker anymore. I think it's Samsung and like Apple. So just look at your reviews, and also um, just find something that's good. And even some sites have comparison tools. So don't make mistakes, and you should be good for the next few years or whatnot until you're ready to get your next device. Good luck. This is Paul from Mickey Tech Tips. Mini-sode most Tuesdays, which is just a smaller video, and regular videos are every Friday, unless otherwise. Thank you. Have a nice day. Goodbye.